Are you a South African musician trying to figure out how to send a notification of works to SAMPRA? Welcome to this episode where I plan on demystifying just that. Cue the intro. What's up, it's your boy Skill from skillmusicsa.com and welcome to my channel where I share information with my fellow South African musicians to help them improve on their music business. If this sounds interesting to you, please do consider subscribing. In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to notify your works with SAMPRA. So before I show you, a notification of works is when you tell a specific CMO, collective management organization, that you have made a certain song. You have to do this whenever you're about to release music in order to start generating royalties from that CMO. A CMO that I am going to focus on now is SAMPRA. So to show you how to send your notification of works, I'm going to head over to my PC and show you step by step how to download the forms and fill them in. So the very first thing that you're going to do is head to the SAMPRA website, which is sampra.org.za. Let me actually show you how it looks. And this is typically how it looks. I'm zoomed in a lot here so you can see everything. So you go to where it says recording artists and record companies, and then you get the member forms. Okay. I've done an online way of doing the forms. The reason I'm showing you the downloaded forms is, firstly, not a lot of people have a PC to do this after the fact, and computer skills is another reason why, but it's easier to notify multiple tracks with the forms for you as an individual. It might take a little longer for SAMPRA to notify their system because it's a form, but I found it easier for me to do it with the forms for projects. So I'm going to download where it says on the right hand side downloadable forms, go to notification of work forms, click on it, and then it'll download here. Now I use let me just open it here. Here's the form over here. So when you've already got the form, so you can download it and print it. I'm just going to show it to you on my PC because I don't have a printer here, but you fill out the same way if you were printing. But I'm also going to show you if you have a PC. Okay, so let me start filling this out. So right at the top it says names and surname of recording artist. So Joe Soap. If you have a middle name, then you put that in. So Joe Stanley Soap. Joe Stanley Soap. Okay, Joe. Okay, now artistic name and AKA, this is your rapper name or artist name or DJ name, whatever. So over here, I'm just going to say Slippery Joe. Okay, and then you have to read here. Make sure you read these 100%. I'm not going to go through that now. You can read that in your own time, but then you put in the date here in June 2021. If you're using a PDF reader like I am, try keep everything in capitals. If you're writing it out with a pen, keep everything in capitals. So for signature, let me just draw a fake signature there. No, I'm just gonna write Joe. So over here, obviously you will put in your actual signature there, Joe Soap. Okay. Name of artist the track is released under. Okay, so this is the artist name that it's released under. Okay, so this is Slippery Joe. Okay, the reason they put this is sometimes you're not the main artist, but you're notifying them, SAMPRA. So that's why they want to make sure that you have the rights to notify. If you're not the main artist, SAMPRA doesn't use necessarily. They wait for the actual artist to notify. Don't ask me why. That's what happened to my royalties. But yeah, producers have it rough with SAMPRA. So name of album or single. So I'm gonna say name of the album. What's the name of the album, Joe? 7 p.m. showers, whatever. 7 p.m. showers, and then year of release is 2021. Okay, name all tracks being notified. Were all the tracks being notified in your name / AKA? Yes, they are. Now, name were all the tracks being notified released in your name / AKA? Yes. So this is linked to this one. So if you're the main artist, then this is good. Okay, so what are the titles of your song there, Joe? So title of the song, let's say Slip and Slide. I don't know. I'm gonna do 3 tracks. Let me do 3 tracks to show you if you've got a project you're working on. Slip and Slide. Let me say Lux, and then Rinse Off. Okay, that's the title done. The ISRC code, you get your ISRC code from RISA. I'll put a link in the description, should pop up in the screen as well. Okay, and then over here I say this is your ISRC code. So remember, if you're new to getting ISRC codes, sometimes RISA keeps the year out. I'm not too sure how, but you have to put in the year. So ZA is the country, INF4, that is my personal artist code. 21 is the year of reference, so this is this year 21, and then 5 digits, 1 2 3 4 5, and there's your ISRC code for the first one. I have to make this smaller. And then this is the second one too. Hold on, I can't see that. There you go. And then ZA3. Now I want to make it slightly smaller. Okay. Now you move on down. Okay, obviously this is a form, so this would show a lot better if I had actually, let me leave this out. I'm going to show you another way where you can maneuver, because with their form it's really tricky. So if you're using a PDF reader, fill in these spaces. Okay, now for section B, there's an error here where it automatically just fills your name out and copies the same thing whenever you fill something in here in section B. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a new PDF, but I want to get rid of these autofills. Okay, if you've printed these forms, then and you have the paper version, then don't worry about this step. This is for people with PDF readers. So I'm going to go to File, and then where it says, instead of saying save as a new PDF, I'm going to print it as a PDF, and then printer, it's going to be Microsoft Print to PDF. Okay, if you have most people have Microsoft Windows PC, so this should work. And then no copies, and then make sure you keep it color, and then you click on print. Okay, I'm going to save it as number 3. Say yes. Okay, it's been saved. So here's number 3 here. And now you'll notice all those blue autofill marks are gone. Okay, so now I'm going to start filling in everything else. Okay, I'm using Microsoft, your Adobe Acrobat Reader DC. Okay, now I'm going to fill in everything else that I need to fill in. So let me put in my ISRC code, ZAIN4. You get your ISRC codes from RISA, don't forget that. They're going to have 100 Rand administration fee to get them now, to keep their portal going. But if you've gotten the codes before that, then you should be able to create your own ISRC codes. So ZA is the year, IN4, that's my designated code as an artist. Then it's the year, which is 21, and then 5 digits, 1 2 3 4 5. This probably is wrong in my case, because I don't remember, but yeah, this is just an example. 1 2 3 4 2. Something's missing. 21, and then the next one is 8A, I 4, 21, 1 2 3 4 3. Okay. Okay, we've got 3 ISRC codes. This is linked to section A, so you can skip that. Now let's go back to section B, which was the issue. Okay, name and surname / artistic name. Okay, this is not or. This is add the name, add the surname, name, ID surname, put in the slash, and then put in the artistic name. So the name is Joe Soap. Artistic name is Slippery Joe. Okay, and then the track name, I forgot the names of the tracks now. Slip and Slide, Lux and Rinse Off. Slip and Slide. Okay, slip and slide, slip and slide. Let me just put in those Lux, Rinse Off. Like if you're using a pen and paper, this is all easy for you. So over here, you have to put in Joe Soap again. So Joe Soap, Slippery Joe. Joe Soap, Slippery Joe. Okay. Yeah. It's a lot easier if you're the one who's produced and done everything in the song. So with Rinse Off, I'm going to show you an example where there's other artists involved. Okay. So now I filled in the name and surname. That's easy. Artistic name. The name of the tracks. That's easy. Now the status. It says over here section D. So you have to go all the way to the bottom to find section D. It's actually section C, not D. Okay, section C. So there are 3 different types of artists that you can notify as with regards to SAMPRA. There's a featured artist. Featured artist is an individual whose name and single the album is. This is the main artist, basically. Member is also recognized as a member of a band. So if it's a band scenario, it's also a featured artist or performer. Okay. A non-featured artist, this is basically anyone engaged in a fixed period of time, such as session musicians, such as a once-off performer, a studio producer, someone playing instruments. This is someone basically, his or her name will not be seen because they are non-featured, they are not in the title. And then other featured artists, use only exceptional of circumstances where a performer's contribution is otherwise fall within the non-merits. So another featured artist, this is basically if you have a song Joe Soap featuring Skill, okay, that Skill would be the other featured artist. So if most of the time you're going to have a featured artist, definitely this is you, featured artist, FA. That's the status. That's the letters that you put in the status, FA. Non-featured artists, these are the producers. So this is if you're getting beats off BeatStars, if you're leasing beats, if you got a vocalist name, if you don't see the person's name in the track title, there will be an NFA, non-featured artist. Okay. Other featured artists is if you see the name in the title. So if, yeah, let me actually show you. Or sometimes you don't see their name in the title. They could also be an other featured artist, but I'm going to show you an example in section C with Rinse Off. Okay, let me make Rinse Off. Yeah, just Rinse Off. Okay, so now for Slippery Joe's Slip and Slide, the status is he's the featured artist. FA is what you put in status. Okay, for Lux, same story, FA. Easy, right? FA most of the time because he produced, there's no one else involved, FA. But now let's talk about Rinse Off, where there is 3 things. Okay, Slippery Joe is the main artist. He featured a vocalist or another rapper called we'll name him, yeah, we'll use me, and there's another person that came in to play the guitar for some of the sections. 2 of those people are not necessarily in the title. Okay, so it's Slippery Joe's track, so wherever Slippery Joe is involved, he's FA. Okay, now let's take Rinse Off, put in another Rinse Off. We know there's 3 other people involved in Rinse Off. Rinse Off, Rinse Off. Let's talk about the producer. The producer, myself. My artistic name is Skill Music SA. Okay, now what am I in terms of this song? Okay, let's say I was the rapper. Just a rapper. Someone else made the beat. I was rapping in this one. Okay, so this song is actually called Rinse Off featuring Skill Music SA. So Skill Music SA is an other featured artist. So let's go back down to section C. Other featured artist, so a lead vocalist or instrumentalist, not exclusively contracted. So you see, I'm an other featured artist, so I'm an OFA. So this would be the rapper if you have another rapper in the song. So I'm an OFA. Okay, now for the producer, let me say hello, my homie Silas Beats. I'm going to use him in this example because he's the one who gave me the idea for this video. Silas Beats. Forgive me, Silas. Let's say Silas' name is Silas. Yeah, I don't want to put his real surname in because, yeah, I don't know if he'd appreciate that. So let me say Silas King. Yeah. I'm assuming like that's not his real name and surname, but that's what I want to put in. And then this is his artistic name, Silas Beats. Okay, he's non-featured artist. There's no real way you'd know that he is involved. So let me go back down there. He falls in as a studio producer. He contributed in the recording. He made the beat. In this case, he played the instrument. Okay, so he is, if you go to section C, he is a non-featured artist, NOFA. NFA. Okay. This video is going to be a lot longer than I thought it would be, actually. I've explained this on the online version before. It's just that they put the sections right at the bottom, so I don't know why they did that. But it's section C, not section D. And there it is. Now, you might be wondering why there are no percentage splits. The way SAMPRA works is they automatically assign percentages, so you don't have a say. The non-featured artist gets an X amount, OFAs get an X amount, and NFA gets an X amount. They've already decided that. I can't remember off the top of my head. And that concludes how to fill it in. There's nothing else you have to fill in. And then once you filled it in, you're gonna obviously save it again. Wherever. You're gonna save it. You can print. You can do it the same way as we did it before. Print. Now, when you send it in, you want to put in your name and surname, preferably in the beginning. So Joe Soap SAMPRA notification of works. You see how they like having hyphens in this stuff. SAMPRA notification of works. Press save, and once it's saved, you're gonna send it to here's the email address. A lot of people have struggled to find email addresses. So you're going to go back to the SAMPRA website, right at the bottom, info@sampra.org.za. They're not so quick at responding, about 3 to 4 weeks to respond to say that they've gotten it or their issues. It'll probably be longer with the forms than if you did the online forms. But that basically concludes how to fill out the forms. Remember, I did this one to show you basically if you are doing an album or if you are printing the forms and don't have access to a PC. You use the same methods to fill it in with a pen and paper. But yeah.
That concludes this video, and I hope you found it informative. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. Don't forget to tell a friend. And until next time, Skilligan the Hooligan signing out.